So it's been 4 years. So while you've been in there, you've been writing a lot of stuff, right?
Lot.
So what sort of things have you been writing about?
Everything. My lyrics contain everything that you want your son to know.
Such as?
Such as dealing with females, dealing with street life, dealing with the life once you come here, dealing with the police, everything.
So what advice do you have to people dealing with the police?
Well, basically it's a no-win situation that you're trying to mess with them or something like that. You can't win messing with them because you don't have to do nothing and they'll send you up in here for nothing.
Right.
So it's basically to stay out their way as much as possible.
So you want to break it down, Dre, for people who don't know exactly why they sent you down and what really happened.
What actually really happened is March 26, 1992.
Yeah.
One of my homeboys called me up and asked me if I wanted to ride to Fresno with them. They was going to Fresno to handle a few things, right? Took the trip because 2 weeks prior to that I had did a concert in Fresno with Ice Cube and WC and the Mad Circle, Big Daddy Kane and all them. And I met some girls and stuff down there, so I rode down there with my partners, right? And we spent the night, and the next morning they left and went somewhere and came back. And when they came back to the motel, we packed our stuff up and we left. And on the way home, we got pulled over by the FBI, Fresno police, Vallejo police, and they took us in, and they charged me with conspiracy to rob a bank. Because they said while I was at the motel room, my friends went to go case a bank out, and they went to go rob a bank, and they changed their mind when they saw, I guess, a television car van in the parking lot.
Right.
And when they came back. They arrested us on the freeway, and they charged me with conspiracy, and they said if I would have told on them, they would have let me go. Told that I knew what they was going to do and what they was planning to do, and I told them I didn't know anything. So since I didn't tell, they charged me with conspiracy, and took me to court, and they lied, did all types of stuff to make sure their case was strong against me, and eventually I got 5 years.
Right, and I remember it well because I was there in the court too as a character witness on your behalf. But the whole thing was that you were totally oblivious to this.
Right.
And it's just that you just happened to know these people. You weren't even actually with them at the time.
No, I wasn't.
I mean, you were physically in another place.
I was physically exactly in another place.
You know what was interesting too about this whole thing, Dre, was that they used the lyrics. Remember in the court they were trying to use your lyrics?
Right, because,
Evidence. What was that? What happened?
Well, the neighborhood where I'm from, the Crest side, they had a few people out there that was doing, robberies and stuff, right?
Right. And
they really couldn't pinpoint who it was. So they was trying to squeeze information out of certain people, right? And do whatever they could to get the information out of whoever they could. And I guess I was targeted as one of those people. So they was harassing me daily, They would pull me over, harass my family, my women, and all the types of stuff. And finally, I got fed up, and I made a song called Punk Police, right?
Right.
And explaining, the situation and why they was always messing with me and telling them to leave me alone. And I guess that made them mad because I named out specific police officers, and I was like clowning them because they couldn't really catch the people and they was messing with me. So, and then they got mad at that, and then they used that in the song, and they made it seem like I was teasing them for not being able to catch me and my homeboys, and they made it seem like that I was the one orchestrating all the robberies and drawing out plans and all that old type of stuff. I ain't never robbed a bank in my life.
The devils been tripping. They say some banks was robbed and I fit the description, but that's